Michael Knight on News Radio 560 KPQ and KPQ.com.
10 minutes past 1 o'clock. It's 70 degrees and kind of breezy outside on this sunny Friday. The weekend has begun. It's up to Ron Evans and I to catch up with it. Ron, welcome back. He's from the radar station, and Ron's here because it's First Friday. In fact, it is the 1st of June, isn't it?
The 1st. It couldn't come any earlier.
No, this is just, yesterday we were looking for it, but there was still some May sitting around that was in the way, and I couldn't see around it.
That's the saddest thought. You out looking for it tomorrow.
I've wasted a lot of time looking for tomorrow.
That sounds like an afternoon of quixotism.
Search for tomorrow.
The search for tomorrow.
Ooh, I like that name.
I'm writing that down.
I think it's been used.
I still think so.
Let's just let's repurpose it somehow.
That's what it's all about.
So right now it's just about 1:50. What time is it? It's 1:11. By 5 o'clock tonight, the streets will start teeming with art appreciators and boulevardiers. Is that right?
They will be alive with the thrilled and the inspired, hopefully, because there's some solid lineup tonight.
You want to talk about it?
I would love to talk about it.
Now, what we're going to start talking about, and I hate to interrupt you, Ron, but what we have prevailed upon you to do only once a month is to take part in Art Walk. You don't have to buy art. You don't have to buy dinner. You don't have to do anything. Come by, look in the window if you want. But you'd be better off going in and taking advantage of a Friday night crazy event that's sort of grassroots here in Wenatchee, and it's something that we all appreciate. So
it's the mother of all browsings.
Ooh.
If you want to look at it that way. There's no pressure, really no pressure. And, yeah, I think it's a beautiful evening out, so I think it's going to be a fairly lively art walk tonight. And we've got some great things in the forecast, as I'm about to get into. But I have to start with, not just for obvious reasons, Radar Station has a show that I'm very proud of tonight. Now, we don't often delve into the world of highbrow. You know, we're a lowbrow. We're
other brows.
People
here
at Radar Station. But tonight we're going to step out for an evening of refinement and sophistication, and we're featuring a show on cat butts.
Yeah, that's where I'd start.
Well, that's where you're going to end.
That's where it starts, the beginning and the end.
We have 25 pieces from local and national artists taking part in this group show. And everyone asks where the idea came from. I believe I can blame that on Holly Thorpe.
Holly, you have a lot to answer for here.
Yeah, I think we're standing around joking around. Maybe she made me a birthday card, and on the backside, instead of a handwritten Hallmark crown, it was just a cat butt. And I found that endlessly charming. And someone mentioned we should do a cat butt show at the gallery. And most of what we do at Radar Station, which is probably easy to believe, starts out as a joke.
Yes.
And at some point, we're like, we're going to have a good crowd tonight. Let's
be serious for
see
once.
What happens. Yeah, tonight, let's put on the bow tie and turn the cats around, see what happens.
Do you have a cat at home?
I have 3 cats at home right now.
You had to think about that.
Well, I recently had 5, but I lost a couple in the divorce.
Oh, damn.
I do have visitation, though.
Okay, so the 5 get together and they discuss.
They do not get. You know what's funny is that even when they all lived together, they were warring factions.
Really?
I have a 3-story house. 2 of them lived up on the top. 2 lived on the middle, and then 1
control the entrance.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like what was the Cerebus, the 3-headed dog, which in this case doesn't apply. But if you had a 3-headed cat, for instance.
Well, see, I would have gone with the cats under the stairs.
Okay.
There's a few that we keep down there. We just don't talk about.
So you know what cats do. You know how they live.
I know how proud they are of their backsides because they put it on everything. They
put it everywhere.
They show it to you. I'm surprised they don't enter a room backwards. They're that proud of their backsides. But we decided to honor them and pay homage.
I don't think I've seen that. Cats walking backwards. It's just not a.
It's coming.
It's not a.
It's coming. It's part of their evolution. They just haven't quite got there.
I don't know why that gets me, but that one got me wrong.
It's exquisite to see you laugh.
Oh.
By the way, disappointment abounds with the word exquisite.
How come?
Because I've been using it a lot lately because you should.
Yeah.
And one of my theories for using it a lot is X, a Q, and a Z. But as we just found out, there's no Z, is there?
No, there isn't.
It was almost the perfect Scrabble word.
Scrabble's tough. The reason I sigh so heavily is because I've never won a game of Scrabble playing with my wife. She's a words with people freak, and she's always better than I am when it comes to the war of Scrabble.
It can make it unfun if you're playing with someone.
If you know you're not going to win, at least you can go, cat butt to the world.
Well, that's my theory in life in general, though. I mean, you have to hold out hope. You can't just assume you're not going to win.
Now,
even though you haven't thus far.
What's the name of the show tonight?
My show?
Yes.
Cat Butts.
Just cat butts.
Yeah, we didn't get too quixotic.
I got you. Excellent.
I honestly don't know what the word quixotic means.
I want you to look that up.
Did it fit there?
Well, it has something to do with a character named Quixote.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. So anyway, what was I going to? Oh, the show will take part what? Photographs, chalk drawings, oil on
one or two
canvas.
Pictures, but there are mostly paintings, some amazing sculptures. The sculptures, I think, are kind of the showpieces on this particular show. You never know what you're going to get with this. You put the call out, and you get what you get. And, I do curate them. I don't accept everything that's submitted.
That would be wrong.
This particular show was very strong. And I know it probably doesn't sound like a fun way to spend an evening looking at a bunch of butts, but it's a very cute show. I don't know how else to explain it.
Cats are cute.
It ended up being a kind of an adorable show in spite of the blunt title and subject matter.
You could call it Hello Kitty, cat butt.
Goodbye Kitty would have been a great name. I'm really upset that I didn't think of that. But that's what's happening at Radar Station, and that gets going at 5. And we do have a little beer and wine bar set up now. I've been working to get my beer and wine license.
So your place is so big, I get lost in there. If I walk through the front door, where do I find the beer, wine, and cider?
It hits you right in front now.
Okay.
I adjusted things. It's been a while since you've been in there, and because I can't help myself and I never go to bed.
Usually when I go by, you're closed.
I was closed for a while trying to get things moved around for the bar.
Yeah.
Dealing with the liquor board and some of the stuff we had to cross off permit-wise. It just made more sense to be closed, and there was some major construction going on tied to that. So it just made
So the Radar Station is picking up different objects on their screens now.
Yeah, it's kind of a full-circle shop now. We got the performance venue. We've been doing movies at the theater. There's a little bar in there now, and the gallery and gift shop are still there, of course.
When do you open there on North Wenatchee Avenue?
What time tonight? We open at 5 p.m. Typically, I'd be opening at 3 p.m., but we're going to be closed until 5, so we can do the whole ribbon-cutting type thing.
And it goes until the Humane Society shuts them down, or whoever in authority says that's just about enough of that.
Until someone butts in.
There you go.
It says no mo. We also have an excellent show at the Mac Gallery that I'm excited about, and that is Throwing Spaghetti at Dingoes, which is a capstone project involving...
We have to back up. Throwing spaghetti at dingoes. Now, that's a foodstuff thrown at a dog, right? A wild Australian dog.
I don't know if I recommend it. It's a wild dog, from down under?
Yeah, but there are dingoes that are domesticated, but there are wild dogs down under. The dingoes ate your baby.
People go domesticating dingoes? Is that where we're at in society right now?
That's how far we've come.
We don't have other things to do.
Well, it didn't work out very well with cats, if you remember. We got to the point where we have to clean up after them when we feed them, but they do not domesticate.
Well, a dingo butt show may be in the works in the near future.
There you go.
But this is a special show because it's featuring students exhibiting different takes on graphic design, and gets a little deeper into what graphic design is or could be.
I was wondering, did anyone in part of your cat butt show have anything written? Any written word been accepted? Anyone write a haiku or anything like that?
So I don't know if anyone's. It's too early to say if some spontaneous
something might come over the transom.
Performance art may appear.
Oh God,
you
no.
never know with the folks that come.
That would be very
disturbing.
Radar
Station. But no, I don't think there's any poetry of the cat butt. But that does not mean that it isn't coming.
Well, I was thinking of maybe offering some. Of course, it would have to be free verse given the subject matter.
Of course.
Or else
free verse, yes.
You eliminate too much of the humor.
Yeah, no cats from Nantuckets in this particular lineup. Another great show right across the street that I'm hoping that I get time to cross the road to go see is at the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center. This is their annual juried art show. This is the showcase of some of the best art in the area.
Really?
It's exciting, and I'm bummed that I spaced it. I just missed out on submitting to it because I've been a part of it, and it's great to be a part of, and it's a wonderful show. You'll see great art from people that you're already familiar with. You're going to see amazing pieces from artists you've never heard about, and you'll be like, where have those people been hiding in the wood? That's what I experienced.
Who made the determination that this is the best of the best?
Oh, I imagine Casey had a big part in it. I mean, she must be curating most of it. But I'm not actually sure who the jury is this time around. But
it's up now.
It's up now, yeah. It's done been juried.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping for at least one or two dingoes, but we can't know.
Now, That's how you grade it, right? I give that 5 dingoes.
I do like to grade things on the dingo scale. Yeah, henceforth anyway.
The evening starts at your place and a number of places, sometimes earlier than 5 o'clock. Well, who else is offering a welcome if you come to their door on Art Rock night?
Ye Old Bookshop, of course. Anna's always got something exciting happening down there, and this time around she's got P.S. Roland. There'll be a book signing and a reading. This is what I love about the Art Walk is it's not only art, but it's, there sometimes music is involved, sometimes spoken word.
Food.
So if you really plan it, yeah, absolutely, all along the way. If you really plan it out, it is a full evening, and it doesn't cost you a dime.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
like I said, it's the browsing. It's like a holiday for browsers.
If you haven't done the Art Walk, I just recommend it. You think you're going to spend 20 minutes, then you spend an hour, and then you say, well, you know what, we haven't had dinner, and then you're down there for a couple hours, and you say, that was special. We'll go back and do that again in July or in August, because it's every month of the year. Even in the depths of winter, when it's dark at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the Art Walk is still on, because that's the way it is with art.
We're like lighthouses. We just keep lighting the light.
There you go.
And someone will sail by and see it and appreciate it.
El Faro, the cat butt.
El Faro. Uh-huh. Boy, there's a pun in there somewhere, but...
Well, I thought I used it.
Yeah. And it has been told. Lamolo is having Corey Pearson once again. If you didn't get to see that last month, his current show is amazing. Little robot sculptures. Of course,
what a day. He's the one being the street man, and I'm just sitting here giggling.
Well, I feel bad because I've been very excited about this cat butt show. And I want to make sure that I'm not just tooting my own horn. The puns are getting worse and worse. That was a dad pun.
He who tooted not his own horn, that same horn shall not be tooted.
Confucius say, cat who fart in church must sit in own pew.
Ooh.
Yeah. Where are we going from here?
Well, all we need is somewhere to put in the hermaphrodites, and it's probably in the pew behind the cat.
Hermaphrodites, yeah, that does come up once a show.
And then we got that out of the way.
Bad luck.
Well, we're done.
If it didn't.
Well, let's start with some of the restaurants. You just mentioned Lamolo, and you mentioned an artist, but what are they performing or showing?
At Lamolo, that's Corey Pearson, and he's doing. He was featuring a lot of paintings for a while at Radar Station, then he sort of starts messing around in the garage with his some antiques, and he's putting together like old-looking robot sculptures.
Really?
Really, really cool.
He's playing to your heartstrings, isn't it?
It is playing to my heartstrings, and it makes me a little jealous because he's doing the kind of stuff that I wanted to do with sculpture, but I didn't have the knack for it. So I paint things that look a lot like his sculptures. So they work really well side by side, and his stuff looks amazing right now down at Lamolo.
So your favorite 2 dimensions are this one and that one, and he does 3 dimensions.
I don't like to pick favorites. I like to keep my options open. If I fall in this dimension or fall in that dimension, I don't want it to seem like an accident.
Did you ever have a blue period like Picasso where you did everything in blue for a while? Did you ever do that where everything had to be purple or yellow or something?
No, but I was terrified of color for many years as an artist, so I did everything in black and white.
Really?
Yeah, and I talked to a lot of artists that have color phobia, if you will. There's just something they can't quite figure out what they don't like about their color.
I see a great big tube of fire engine red, and they just break out into a sweat. Don't touch that.
Well, I think black and white is a great way to start because you can focus on composition, you can focus on contrast and contours. It's a whole different can of worms. Color theory is a specific discipline in and of itself. So I kind of recommend someone who's dabbling in painting or sketching or whatever to start in black and white and get some of those principles locked down before you go dabbling in color, unless you're naturally gifted. Some people are.
Of course, there's always the point of view that, well, in art, there's no rules, and then you paint with all the colors and you realize, yes, there are.
There are definitely things you should know. Now, I don't like the word rules, but there are things that will bug you.
Suggestions from the professionals.
Yes, there are things that we know work and cause issues. Now, if you want to take something that's realistic and push it into a surrealistic or unrealistic world, that's all on the table. That's why it's not really a hard and fast rule, of course. But, if you're going to try to add highlight to your red balloon, you're not going to want to put white in red because highlights on a red balloon are not pink. Those kind of rules.
There you go.
There's a lot to that. There's color theory is fascinating, but you would never know that maybe what you need in there is a little bit of blue.
Ooh.
Or if you're not satisfied with how your foreground is matching the background, maybe you need to pull some of those colors together. That didn't occur to me for a lot of years. And once I did that little trick, my paintings really got better, or at least more satisfying to me.
I can't do that, I don't think. But I can write a haiku for Cat Butt Night, and I'll see what I can do.
If you show up, I will put the mic on, world-famous ray gun stage. We'll light the lights, and you can read your little haiku and just stand there for the rest of the show.
We can do Cat Butt lyrics to all the Guns N' Roses songs, like just rewrite their music.
Interesting.
Maybe not. I'll give that another thought before I put any effort in that. Anyway, good luck with the show tonight. Tonight is Art Walk. It's the first Friday of the month of June. It's June the 1st. Downtown Wenatchee is the place to be, and we'll see you at the radar station. Address?
115 South Wenatchee Ave. And if you missed our big burlesque show this last Saturday, we have a repeat performance matinee this Sunday at 4:30. Tickets are available at radarstationart.com/tickets.
Cat butts and burlesque shows. I can see that this looks like a trend.
We'll get you coming and going. And coming.